This is DRF, Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Saturday, October the 2nd, race number 10 at Belmont Park. Let's throw up the field for a major Breeders' Cup prep race. It's the Grade 1 Woodward. We're going a one-turn mile and an eighth. $500,000 is the purse. You can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them and handicap along with us. Maxfield, Mike, one of the better handicap horses in the country. Blinkers on today.
Yeah, I guess he is one of the better older horses in the country, Dan. I still feel like he's a horse who has, plenty to prove out there, especially when you talk about Grade 1 races. But I guess, the way that this division is shaping up, he's one of the top ones.
And we'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Mo Gotcha, the number 4, is a big long shot. He does have speed, but Art Collector has really come back firing for Belmont when he can get close to the pace. I think Art Collector's got to try to take this away from Mo Gotcha. And if not, he'd be happy just sitting outside of Mo Gotcha and ready to pounce if that one, falls apart at the far turn.
Yeah, I suppose Mo Gotcha could, prove to be a nice target for somebody in here. It's hard to see him winning the race, whether he goes or not. I do think both of Belmont's horses perhaps will go forward in here. I think Art Collector makes the lead. I also think Forza goes forward and maybe sits right up close.
Dr. Post, second in the Belmont Stakes last year, third in the Haskell. He's run some nice races. Won the Monmouth Cup 2 starts back, a race where he got some pace and a very nice situation. What happened last time out in the Pacific Classic? Because it looked like this horse lost all interest on the backstretch, dropped completely out of it, and then was running on too late.
Yeah, that's how I looked at the race too, Dan. I don't know what to make of that. In some ways, it makes me feel like the Pacific Classic just wasn't a very good race because, as you've already noted, this horse around the final turn of that race just dropped all the way back to last, like he wasn't going to run at all. And then he rallied for third. Now, listen, at the end of the day, it was a no threat third. He just wound up picking up some pieces there and getting up for third at the end of the race. I don't know what to do with them. I feel like, this is the kind of field where he can be competitive at a fair price, Dan, but he's another horse. I just don't know how good he is. His 2 wins when he came so far this year, they got good figures, but neither one of them did a lot for me.
Maxfield, the number 2, your morning line favorite, never off the board from 9 lifetime starts, but seeking his first Grade 1 win since the Breeders' Futurity as a 2-year-old. Let's watch the Whitney at Saratoga, his most recent start, and Nick Sko just shook loose on them and never stopped running. Maxfield was on the outside on the backstretch. I liked what Jose Ortiz did. He didn't go around. He was able to angle to the inside to split horses, and that might have saved him the place.
It might have. I thought he ran fine in here. Nick Sko was obviously much the best, opening up the clear lead on the backstretch, and then having plenty left still in the stretch. This horse was wide on the second turn before he angled in, though. I thought all in all, Dan, he was clearly second best. I thought he ran fine. He's still not a horse who I have a really good idea, I don't think, of how good he actually is. I still think there's a chance he's pretty good, but he's got a lot to prove still.
Art Collector has run some fast races in his career. He won the Bluegrass last year. As I mentioned, he's now 2 for 2 for Belmont, including this victory in the Charlestown Classic, and he has shown speed in both starts for Mott. Now, it paid to be close to the pace at Charlestown on Classic evening. Art Collector did get close, and he's able to draw off late. Stereo 103 buyers for his last 2 starts. It puts him in the mix.
They certainly do. We'll see what he can. What happens here as he steps up in class to face some better horses, Dan. I don't know. I personally speaking, I'm not sold on this horse yet. He's looked pretty good in his 2 starts for Mott. I guess they're both 9 furlong races. He's 4 for 4 over this distance. I guess that's a good thing, and he does have speed. I don't know. I'm just not really blown away by his last 2 races. He's 3-1 on the line. No, thank you.
Longest shot on the boards, the 4, Mo Gotcha. Let's give these connections some credit. They took a shot. They claimed the source for 40. They ran him in the Grand Prix American Jockey Club, stretching him all the way out to 13 furlongs. He ran okay. Let's watch that effort right now. He showed good early speed in this race. The horse to beat, Lone Rock, did not fire at 1-9, and Mo Gotcha got a stakes placing. That being said, he is taking on way tougher field in this race. Maybe we'll see a little bit of early pace.
Yeah, maybe he just goes forward in this race. It's another nice trip and gets a piece. Again, it's just hard to see him winning this race. His recent form is actually fine, but the 2 wins, the last 2 wins up at Saratoga were against $40,000 claimers.
Code of Honor, the number 5, is obviously a dangerous contender. This horse won the Travers in 2019. He always seems to do his best running at Belmont Park. Let's watch the Illman, though. Last time out at Monmouth, it was his first race off an 8-month layoff. He made a mid-race move to command, and he draws away under Paco Lopez. 105 Beyer speed figures showing no rust off the layoff, and he beat a couple of minor next out winners.
Yeah, I mean, he got a great trip in this race. And the way I look at the race, he just did what he was supposed to do. He's better than these horses. He got a perfect trip, and he wins very easily. I'm not going to knock this horse. He obviously has plenty of back races that would make him tough in here. I guess you could look at his 4-year-old campaign last year, Dan, and just be really disappointed in it because, his Westchester off the layup was really good, I thought. And I actually thought his Met Mile was really good as well, even though he didn't win. After that, I don't know. His races were a little bit disappointing. So he's another one who I'm not sure where I stand on him right now, even with the 105 last time. And he's 5-2 on the line. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? I think he can win. I don't know if I want to bet him.
Mott has Art Collector. He also has the 6, Forza d'Oro, coming off this third-place effort in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. But keep in mind, this is only his second start off of a very lengthy layoff. He made the lead in here as the favorite. Just no match for Max Player, who is much improved ever since he found his tactical speed. I don't think there's any shame in Forza d'Oro running third to a horse like Max Player at this point in his career, although he really had no excuses on the lead.
Exactly. This was not a fast pace, and Max Player sat right up there with him, and this was no contest through the final furlong. The flip side of that, I suppose, then is certainly what you were, sort of alluding to. Second off of a very long layoff, he's still very lightly raced. Plus, it was 1.25 miles, and who's to say this horse wants to go 1.25 miles? He's cutting back to 1.125 miles here. I think that could work for him. He was favored that time. He's going to be a much better price this time. I ultimately didn't put him on top, but I thought about it. I think he can win.
And I think the key to this race is breaking from the outside post. Junior Alvarado is going to let the speed go, whether it's his stablemate Art Collector, whether it is the 4-horse, whether it's someone else down towards the inside, and perhaps try to revert to the tactics, the rating tactics that worked so well for him earlier in his career. Let's take a look at our top pick for the Grade 1 Woodward. I don't really think Maxfield needs the blinkers. I think he's pretty good without them. I liked his win in the Foster 2 starts back. And I thought, as Mike said, he ran just fine against Nixco last time out. It just seems like a nice spot for him. Code of Honor, though, I'm a little bit concerned about.
Yeah, more than anything else, that's how I looked at it too. I just think it's a good spot for Maxfield. I don't love him in here. If he's some kind of, crazy short price, if they go overboard on him, I could easily bet against this horse in here. I just didn't love anyone in here. I put him on top. Again, I thought about putting Forza d'Oro up there, and if he's the right price, maybe I'll wind up betting him. It's an interesting race. I just don't love anyone.
2561 for Mike, 2536 for me. We'll see if Maxfield gets his first Grade 1 since the Breeders' Futurity as a 2-year-old in the Grade 1 Woodward at Belmont on Saturday. Good luck.